Cinema Shogun here, and it's been over 2 weeks since fires broke out down in Maui, but the officials in the area still refuse to answer any question about the hundreds of missing children. Now listen, I understand that if this was a day after the fire, 2 days, maybe even 3 days after the fire, I understand why they wouldn't want to really address this issue, but it's been 2 weeks. Next thing we know, it will be a month. And then after that, it will be 2 months. How much time has to pass by before these elected officials answer questions about these missing kids? There's all this talk about the land. What's going to happen to the land? The governor already said that he wants to claim the land for the state. So they're already making moves about what to do with the land before they even answer questions about the hundreds of missing kids that went missing from the area during the fire. Now, I assume that a lot of these kids died in the flames, but we don't know that for sure because they refuse to confirm anything. All they would have to do is answer the questions, and people would be put at ease. But not only are they not answering questions, they are having some very odd reactions to these questions. They are holding press conferences. When any journalist asks them about the kids, they literally shut down the press conferences on the spot. They will schedule a whole entire press conference. The mayor will show up, police officers, you got the media, the press, the journalists. As soon as someone says, hey, what about all the missing kids? All right, it's a wrap, we gotta go. Why is that? Is there something odd going on here? Is there something strange? Is there something more going on here? Or is it just that these people can't live with their failure? You know, when you speak about something, even if something's real, it doesn't seem as real until you speak on it, until you speak about it. Maybe these people don't want any clips of them on the internet talking about the hundreds of kids who went missing in these flames, largely due to choices made by these same elected officials. But it's gotten a little too extreme for me. Because not too long ago, a reporter was down in Maui, a journalist. He asked about the missing kids, and he winded up getting put in a headlock by secret police officers, or people who claimed to be police officers. Isn't that weird? Why not just answer the question? Why are they being so dodgy about these questions about these kids? They're getting irate, and now they've resorted to violence. Let's go ahead and watch this clip, and then I'll be back with more thoughts.
Okay. So we're not going to ask that question. How many of these 10 cadavers are
the Maui department, okay? The press show is over.
Yeah? Right, so he's not going to answer my question.
Thank you.
Yeah, take pictures of me.
There's no need for hacking.
You're with Maui Police, right?
Yeah, he's done with the press
I
conference.
appreciate your patience, sir.
Yeah.
Get out of my way. Who are you?
With the Maui Police Department.
Okay, and what's my crime? You're literally pushing me.
The press conference is
I
over.
don't care if the press conference is over. Get out of the way. Sorry. All right, so sir, 110 cadavers, but we can't identify. We can't identify how many of them are children. This is get out of my fucking dude. Get off my throat.
Relax, sir. Relax.
No, I'm not gonna get.
Relax.
No, I'm not gonna.
Okay.
I'm not gonna relax, dude. No, I'm not doing anything illegal. I'm trying to ask a fucking question, and we can't get the answer for it. How many of the 110 dead are children? You know who are children. They're cadavers. You have the bodies. You know how many of them are children. How many children are dead?
Step back, please.
How many children are dead, Mayor? So you're just not...
Now look, I'll admit, maybe that journalist could have toned it down a little bit. Maybe you think that he could have went about handling the situation in a different way. Maybe he could have been more polite. The argument can be made about all of that. I understand. I'm not here to make you think any differently. But the reality is, a simple question should not lead to this reaction from the mayor and from law enforcement and from anyone. Here we have one of the most devastating fires in the history of the U.S. Here we have hundreds of missing kids, over 1,000 missing people. Of course, the media is going to be asking questions about the kids, but a lot of the media isn't. I've heard a lot of the questions that they are asking, and I wonder, like, are you really even a journalist, or are you just, I don't know, working with these people? Because they don't ask the hard-hitting questions. But make no mistake about it, asking about these missing kids, it's not a hard-hitting question. It's a question that you should be prepared for when going into a press conference where you're talking about a fire that claimed the lives of maybe up to over 1,000 people. This is your job. This is why you hold the press conference, to answer these questions. Yet time and time again, we've seen it multiple times now. When someone brings up this question, they get irate. They shut down the press conferences. They walk away. And now they have, I guess, police officers putting people in headlocks and stuff like that, which is not legal. Regardless of how you feel about the guy asking the questions, he has the right to ask those questions. And I think all of us should want an answer to those questions. But how can we feel confident in these people? They get mad because we don't listen to what they say. We're listening to what the locals are saying. They get mad because we're getting our news from online instead of getting our news directly from them, because we know they're lying. But what do you expect from us? What have they given us that should make us think that we can trust them? What have they done? They've done nothing but look dishonest. They've done nothing but shy away from answering questions, and now they've gone so far as to basically attack a dude for being concerned about the kids missing in your area. So I don't see how can anyone in their right minds think that this is going to lead to more public trust? No. This is leading people to finally wake up to the fact that we're all being lied to by these elected officials. But that's where we're at, folks. I reported to you all, the reason why I got into covering this story is because of all of these reports of these missing kids. 2 weeks later, not a single answer. Not a single answer. And now we see how they feel about the situation. Not only are they not going to answer questions, they're probably going to start attacking people, locking people up, getting people kicked off the internet, all of that stuff. It's coming. It's coming. It's coming because Maui, regardless of what happened in Maui, it was a huge wake-up call for a lot of people. And as devastating as Maui was, the fires down there, we need this wake-up call. People need this wake-up call. So I think a lot of these things that are happening, I think it's going to backfire in some ways. But for now, we're going to continue asking these questions. They can't virtually put me in a headlock. I would like to see them try. But let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. While you're down there, hit the thumbs up, hit that subscribe, ring that notification bell, and I'll talk to you all very soon in the next video.